Have you ever felt truly helpless? One of those moments when everything falls out of control. And somewhere inside you, all you could say was, "Please, let something help." Maybe in that moment, you prayed. Even if you didn't believe. Let's be honest. That moment. Was it strength? Or a hidden escape? Is believing in God a sign of weakness? This question doesn't target God. It targets you. And the person who gave one of the most honest, most brutal, yet most human answers to this question. Friedrich Nietzsche. But wait. I know what you think about Nietzsche, a godless man who looked down on believers. Wrong. That picture is so wrong that by the time this video ends, you'll see something very different about both Nietzsche and yourself. Let's begin. Human beings are strange creatures. We fear what we can't control. We fear death. We fear being alone. And right in the middle of all that fear, we search for meaning. We need someone to say everything happens for a reason. The idea of God is born exactly here. Like an answer. Like an outstretched hand. But Nietzsche asks one critical question. Do you truly believe, or do you just feel like you have to? The gap between those two, enormous. One is a choice. The other is compulsion. One comes from strength. The other from fear. Nietzsche's entire critique of religion is built on this one distinction. Who is the man asking this? And why did it matter so much to him? Nietzsche was born in 1844. The son of a pastor. For him, believing in God wasn't a debate, it was the air he breathed. Then reality struck, severe illness. Deep loneliness. Never being understood. And one day, he made his declaration. God is dead. God is dead and we have killed him. He didn't mean God never existed. He meant something far more uncomfortable. We no longer truly believe. But we don't have the courage to admit it. People go to church. They say their prayers. But the old trembling, the old surrender, gone. Belief has become a social habit. A toy for meaning. An insurance policy. At the center of Nietzsche's philosophy sits one idea, the will to power. In German, Will zur Macht. Not the drive to dominate others. The drive to grow. To overcome. To become. And his question was always the same. Is your belief coming from that place of growth, or from the fear of facing life without a safety net? Here's something most Nietzsche videos never tell you. Nietzsche didn't reject all religion. He had a deep admiration for the gods of ancient Greece. His favorite, Dionysus. The god of wine, ecstasy, and chaos. A figure who didn't deny pain, but danced through it. Nietzsche set this against the Christian God. The Christian God consoles suffering with the promise of an afterlife. Dionysus transforms suffering, here. In this body. Right now. Both face pain. But one postpones it. The other lives through it. For Nietzsche, the Greek gods represented saying yes to life, with all its weight, all its chaos, all its beauty. The Christian faith, more often than not, was the most polite way of saying no. So Nietzsche wasn't an enemy of religion. He was asking, what spirit is your belief born from? Fear? Or an overflowing love of life? Now, a Nietzsche's sharpest diagnosis. Slave morality. The powerless, the oppressed, those who couldn't cope with life, they transformed their weakness into virtue. Being humble is sacred. Enduring pain is noble. The meek shall inherit the earth. Why? Because they couldn't be strong. Nietzsche called this ressentiment, smoldering resentment. Bitter, hidden grievance. The person who can't be powerful declares the powerful evil. And celebrates their own weakness as virtue. Does this feel familiar? Haven't you ever faced an injustice and thought, God will deal with them, and used that to avoid truly confronting it yourself? That's ressentiment. Handing your pain over to a divine reckoning instead of carrying it directly. It makes you lighter. But it makes you smaller. And yet, Nietzsche didn't see every believer as weak. He said this about Jesus: Jesus was a genuine figure of freedom. The problem is what Christianity did with him. Jesus didn't act from fear. He acted from an overflowing energy for life. What Nietzsche rejected wasn't belief. It was belief born from fear. So what was Nietzsche's answer? The Ubermensch, the overman. Not a superhero. Not a tyrant. A person who can create meaning even without God. Who doesn't ask if there's no God, is everything permitted? But says, if there's no God, everything rests on my shoulders. And beyond that, amor fati. 2 Latin words, love your fate. The strong person doesn't merely endure what happens to them. The strong person wants what happens to them. Feel the difference? Enduring is gritting your teeth and surviving. Wanting is seeing that this pain, this loss, this loneliness is exactly what made you who you are. Without this, I would not be this person. To say that, Nietzsche believed, is the highest form of strength. And this doesn't conflict with belief. You can believe in God and live by amor fati. As long as your faith is a confrontation, not an escape. Now, Nietzsche's most powerful thought experiment. Eternal recurrence. What if you had to live this exact life, same pain, same joy, same mistakes, infinite times over? For Nietzsche, this was a measure. If that question tightens your chest, your life isn't truly yours yet. It belongs to someone else's expectations. Someone else's values. Someone else's God. But if something inside you rises and says yes, then you are genuinely living. Ask yourself, if you had been taught nothing from childhood, would you still believe? Or is belief an answer that was handed to you? And harder? If one day everything felt meaningless, could you bear it? Is believing in God a sign of weakness? Nietzsche's answer, often, yes. But not to diminish us. To grow us. Because the real question was never what you believe. It's who you are while you believe. If belief puts you to sleep, it's an escape. If it leads you toward confrontation, then maybe this is humanity's deepest need. To find meaning. Or to create it. Love your fate. Wish for nothing else. Friedrich Nietzsche. After this video, I want one thing from you. Ask yourself, does my belief make me stronger, or does it just cover my fear? If this video moved you, write here's what I think in the comments. See you in the next one. Be honest with yourself.